their own demise by mistake because they just don't think. They're not very good at critical thinking. So something else is guiding them, and that something else, in my opinion, is a demonic possession. So that's going to seem extreme to a lot of people listening, like, okay, come on now. Now we're talking about people who are possessed with demons. Well, I told you this was a theory, and my theory is, yeah, these particular individuals are possessed of demons. It might just be one demon. It could be a legion of demons. But at any rate, there's at least one representative in there. On a recent thread where I had an opportunity to interact with some of these demons, I asked one of them, I said, I'm curious if your demon has a name. Let me know, because I'd be happy to help call him out of you. And his reply was Lucifer, and he put a smiley face after it. Now, he's a troll, and I know that he was trying to be snarky, but was he? Perhaps maybe he was just telling me the truth. Perhaps maybe he was just stating the facts and not being a troll and just telling me exactly what's going on there. And I've noticed he's kind of vanished after that. I didn't block him, so I don't know where he went. But they know, like, whoever the they is knows who they are and knows what they do to people. And here's how you can kind of see that happen from time to time. Every now and then when narcissists bare their soul, whatever little bit of soul is left in there, whatever little bit of humanity is left in there, you will hear them say things like, I don't know why I do the things I do. I don't know why I do what I do. I did a video a long time ago, and I cannot remember the name of it. I think it's one of my examples are everywhere videos, where I was on an app called Whisper, and someone basically said that they have two personalities and that they don't know why they have two personalities, and that other personality is harmful, but they don't know how to change it. Like, they basically confessed to this other entity living inside of them. So it's almost like the human is still present, but they cannot escape the grip and the stranglehold of this particular demonic presence. Also, the similarities between these people is shocking. If you spend any time in my comment sections, you will see the same story repeated over and over and over again by different people, men and women, older, middle-aged, and younger, all having the exact same experience. I'm sitting here telling you what I've observed, what I've come to conclusions. I put it out there, and then you guys completely validate everything. How could I possibly know what you're going through if there wasn't such a common thread, so common that it is predictable? And that's one of the whole reasons I do this channel. I'm trying to make these people predictable to you. That's the other weird thing about it. They're so predictable that it probably even surprises them that nobody picks up on their behavior. But the common thread between them is so similar that it tells me that they're all bound by the same thing. They're all joined together by the same spirit, the same energy, the same force has bound them together and causes them to act in the exact same ways over and over again every single time. So a viewer was looking at one of my videos the other day, and she left some really great questions. So I'm actually going to go through these questions one by one to kind of talk through this a little bit more. So thank you to that viewer, and here's the video as promised. The first question: how do you cast out a demon or demons from someone that wants to keep them? For the life of me, I can't find the Bible verse, so if any of you know it, please put it in the comment section. But it basically says that our duty and our job is to cast demons out of people. But we stopped doing that. We got away from that. Why? Because it's 2017. We have iPads, we have iPhones, we have the internet. We are technologically advanced. Hey YouTube, hey subscribers, thanks for tuning in. Cultural interpretations of basically the exact same thing. We're all describing the exact same thing, and it's really kind of creepy and mind-blowing.
Christianity. To the Gnostics, they are archons, and to the Islamic and pre-Islamic world, they're called the jinn. And in their prime form, they are energetic in nature, but they can take form, as I will talk about. So, like I say, they're described so much in the same way, because they're different names for the same thing. Now, this, for me, was one of the great finds ever in terms of understanding the nature of what is happening. At Nag Hammadi in Egypt, about 77 miles north of Luxor on the Nile, in 1945, a sealed jar was found with loads and loads of documents in it, leather-bound. And they told the beliefs and the perceptions of this people called the Gnostics. And the Gnostics had a completely different view of reality than religion, which is why the Roman Catholic Church and the Roman Church tried to destroy them wherever they got any strength and any foothold. They ran the great library at Alexandria, which had something like 500,000 scrolls detailing the beliefs of the ancient world and the history of the ancient world, destroyed by the Roman Church. The religious establishment wanted these people destroyed because they were dangerous, because they had the truths they didn't want the people to know about. And this is what these scrolls and this find at Nag Hammadi said. 1/5 of the texts, and there were lots of them, were about a force they called the Archons, which they say created our physical universe, and they equated them with the Judeo-Christian Yahweh Jehovah God. And they are inorganic, not resulted from or produced by growth. They are artificial. They said that the demiurges had no creative imagination and envy humans because we have. They're like cyborgs, again becoming inorganic, like cyborgs, a robotic race that can imitate but not innovate. And the word they used was counter-mimicry. Now, what they were saying, in effect, is if you gave these Archons a blank sheet of paper, they could create nothing on it. They don't have that creative imagination, that what was called intentionality. But you give them something with a piece of paper with something on it, and they can twist it and manipulate it once it exists. And they used the term fantasia, because these entities, they said, just as the Islamic people say about the jinn, have the ability to create virtual reality illusions. They're mind parasites. They possess humanity and manipulate the way they perceive everything. And they say the word you could use more than any about the Archons was deception. They are deceivers. And what they create is an inversion of the natural order, which will become so crystal clear as we go along. Why? Interesting, like we see these different names, and actually for the same thing. The classic Satan is called the deceiver, and the demon of demons, as this demiurge is called the Archon of Archons, the Lord Archon. Everything is conscious. Even a distortion is conscious. Even an inversion is conscious, but it's conscious in a way that reflects the inversion and the distortion. And if you look at what we call evil, it is live written backwards. Evil is simply an inversion of life, an inversion of perception, and evil is extreme ignorance, which is the inversion of truth and awareness. And because this force, this archontic force, shall I call it, is an inversion of life, that's why it and anything attached to it is obsessed with death, which is an inversion of life. And so the death cult, which is what this archontic force and its followers are, is about destroying. It's about killing. And whereas the natural order is about life and abundance. And so when you look at the way the system, the archontic system that I'll come to, is destroying life. It's destroying life in war, but it's destroying life, the natural world. And it seems a contradiction, but it's not, because that's their world. The Archon world, described by the Gnostics, is one of death, one of no creative imagination. It's a death cult, and all this pollution and environmental devastation is absolutely what it wants, because that's its reality. And the other thing about the archontic mind is it's what we call psychopathic. They're psychopaths, the definition of which is this: no empathy, no remorse, no empathy, no ability to put themselves in the feelings of those that suffer the consequences of their actions. Once you have no empathy, you have no limit to what you will do, because you have no emotional consequence for doing it. No remorse for what you do, no shame. Parasites overwhelmingly. Why? Because they have no creativity of their own, so they have to parasite off the creativity of the target population. That's what the system does. Look at banking. What else is that but an exercise in parasites? And these people, which manifest as many world leaders and all the rest of it I'll come to, are pathological liars. What is a pathological liar? An inversion of truth, inversion. And they'll do whatever it takes to get their end goal through controlling perception. And what do the Islam